Here is the idea that as you change, you will lose. The fear of loss is one of the last clingings that the fear-based operating system does. It says, if I change, my partner won't love me. If I change, somehow I'll lose all my money. If I change, somehow I'll never have any money. If I change, I will be an outcast. So this is one of those mathematical symbols for change, this triangle, Veronica says. Change is required, and a new relationship to change is required. And that's why we talked a lot about certainty and clarity. That you can be certain you want to change without exactly knowing, or you can be clear, sorry, we're screwing up. You can be clear you want to change without having any clue what that actually means. But it's being conscious of your desire to change. Conscious of your desire to change. How does this help you deal with the idea that people aren't going to love you if you change? Well, at some point you put yourself at the top of the list. At some point you say, I do not want to be a foobar anymore. I want to have a chance at this. Bliss, serenity, joy, and peace. My current operating system is keeping me a foobar. So I have to do something. And this is where people get paralyzed. They say, I have to do something, and the survival instinct says, don't you dare. And you say, I have to do something, and the survival instinct, don't you dare. Survival, don't you dare. You do that. And then instead of action, you spin. Now, some of you are real good at changing job stuff. And others are real good at relationship stuff. And some others are real good at money stuff. Most of you have at least one major aspect of your life where you're doing the spin. We don't know where to put the spin. We'll put it right here. And that's really what we want to look at tonight. Where am I spinning? Why am I spinning? Why do I believe that this thing I'm not willing to put into the consciousness-based operating system? Why is this thing, why am I willing to run survival instinct, habit, certainty on that in my life? Because honestly, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But you cling to it because it's all you've had. And the fear that you can't change keeps you in this. This is why we wanted to draw you guys a picture. Because we thought, perhaps, at least for some of you, that the visual of this box, and literally we're going to put it in a box, the limitation of this box, that's all you get. If you're running the fear-based operating system, that's all you get. Everything you get is in this box. Really, we should have drawn the line right here, because you never get safety. You never get safety. All you get is striving and dissatisfaction. So how do you get to BSJP? What you have to do, really, is you make the commitment for consciousness. And you make the commitment to change and change again. And that's where some of you have dropped the ball. Some of you have dropped the ball at change. You've gone, this doesn't work. I know this works on some things in my life, but there are these things where I run up against change and I bounce back down. I go up at change, come back down. I go up to change, I come back down. And there's a belief somewhere in you that it's okay to stay small on those parts of my life. Now, one of the things the girls have talked to you guys about, and it's absolutely true, is you can't ascend part of you. You can't ascend part of you. You can't live Homo Spiritus part of the time. It will not work. So, one of the things we'd like you guys to do as homework is to really look at your life and ask yourself, where am I bouncing off the idea of change back into the fear-based operating system? And see how small that circle is? It's really small. There's going to be parts of your life, maybe more than one, that you're bouncing. Now, we want to help you change that, of course. But the first step to change is you saying, I'm aware of it. I'm worried. Oh yeah, they're right. That's the place. That's the place I've never been willing to say, I'm willing to change this. I'm too afraid to change it. Acknowledgement is all it is required at this point. Okay, yeah, you're right. I'm too afraid of that. I'm too afraid to acknowledge that it's there, that it could change, that it needs to change, that it should change. How do you know if something needs to change? Well, are you in Bustve? No. Sometimes we think serenity is probably one of the states, meaning a sense of well-being, like a sense of, yeah, okay, nothing's too screwed up just now, right? That sense of, I'm kind of balanced, kind of okay. Bliss is when everything's really okay. Like, wow, no matter what happens, I know how to handle it. Not, I know how to resist it. Not, I know how to be afraid of it, but I know how to handle it. That's why you have 200 tools, so that you have a chance at bliss. You have a way to go from trigger to bliss, is through tools. Joy is when you experience happiness without the other shoe feeling like it's going to drop. So you're just happy. And as you think, oh, but, you don't let the oh, but have any airtime. Uncertainty. Uncertainty makes joy possible. When you're comfortable with uncertainty, it's possible to be in joy. Right? That makes sense to you guys? When you're comfortable with uncertainty, joy is possible because you don't require the situation to be a certain way in order for you to experience happiness. And prolonged happiness is joy. Peace is kind of a culmination of all three. Peace is the idea that you're non-disturbable. Seems kind of far out right now, but it's not really that far away. The idea that no matter what's going on, you know what your center is. You know what the truth of you is, and you don't resist what the truth of you is. You can have peace even with things you hate about yourself if you don't resist the truth of you being present. Did you hear that?
Yes.
That's why we talk about what is true now so much. Because we want you to have peace. We're not saying we want life to be easy. We're not saying we want no hiccups, no bubbles, no bobbles. We're saying we want you to have peace. Peace is no matter what's going on, I'm still me. No matter who's triggering me, I'm still me. Okay, have we left anything?